you guys doing? I'm gonna get some weird light up in here 1 second, because I just know like this time of day it's about to go like that. So 1 second. Okay. Right. How are we doing? Everyone's going crazy. Everyone's going nuts. It's okay. I'm not judging you. If you want to pull up your glass of wine for the evening or whatever it is that you want to do around this time of day, everyone is nuts. Somebody on there got their TRS. That's great. I know. I was going to do my live earlier, but then I got delayed. And then I did have several TRS meetings with some new distributors, and one of whom is also, not also, but she's a sommelier. And I was like, that's awesome. And she had all these questions about the safety of a zeolite when she's a sommelier. So I was kind of like, alcohol is, I'm not judging you, but you drink. So we were like, okay, zeolite safety, and then actually alcohol is bad for you. We know that, right? We know that. Anyway, I'm so TRS'd out right now. Somebody was like, would you recommend it when pregnant? I don't want to detox while pregnant because I'm pregnant going through pregnancy symptoms. Not that I'm pregnant now, sorry, but when I was pregnant, I was going through pregnancy symptoms and I was like, that's enough. I don't want to detox and go through detox symptoms as well, because detox symptoms mean nausea, headaches, extra, so I was like, I don't want to do that. But there's so many women who want to, apparently. There's so many women that want to detox while pregnant, which I guess maybe because they found out that babies are born with over 200 different chemicals, in their umbilical cords, they're laced with chemical by the time the baby comes out. It's probably from all of that deli meat you're ingesting while pregnant, and it's probably from all of that, sushi that you were cheating and eating, So, but yeah, so whatever it is, there's no judgment. It's just women are drinking wine and not asking, and alcohol, even in trace amounts, is not good for you. We know this. But on a day like today, I totally understand and I get it. And after this live, I got to head over and we're going to hang out with our neighbors who are they're pro-vax. They're very pro-vax, and it's always just a little awkward, but her kid is an only child and his favorite person in the world is my son. So she tries to avoid us as much as possible until her son has already bugged her 10 times over. And then she'll be like, hey, so Connor wants to hang out with Sebastian. I just know that she's hates that I don't, with my kids. But you know what? Sometimes it's fun to hang out with people like this, especially if they're not of the type that's demanding that you do the same. They're just kind of confused on it. And sometimes it's nice to be around them for just a little bit, because their problems aren't our problems. Their problems are, there was a rude cashier today at Target, or there was, and meanwhile I'm here going everything is awful. The world is going to end. They're going to be FEMA camps are about to happen. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's okay though that I give myself this nights where I just to see what the other kind is worried about. What are your worries? What are your troubles? And then it also lets me know what's going on in the news, because I've lost it on the news. The news is trash. So when they're oh, this is happening, or the president is saying this, and you're just there's 39 million American children who are permanently damaged, like their immune systems are so compromised, but I have to just keep to myself and just be like, it's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, it's okay. Every now and then we have to do that. We have to be, okay with that. But of course, when they ask, I'm like, oh yeah, that shit's poison. It's poison. So what is everyone freaking out about today? ACIP. So, okay, with these ACIP meetings, you guys, you realize, right, that I love this. I love you guys. I love all of you who've been in this for a long time. I even love the newbies. It's okay. We have been warning everybody about what's going to happen. We've been warning everybody about the inevitable. And it's like, guess what? The psychopaths have a plan. It is happening. I've been talking about Healthy People 2020 since 2015. And we're like, oh, Healthy People 2020. I think maybe a lot of us, we forget what year it is. Like a lot of us are just like, oh, Healthy People 2020, that's crazy. Not even realizing it's October of 2019 right now. You know what that means? That means there's 9 more Mondays till Christmas. 9 more Mondays. No, that means there's 10 more Mondays till Healthy People 2020. And these psychopath evil are doing the sloppiest job ever. They're realizing how many people are waking up on the day-to-day. They're getting like about this right now, okay? They are freaking out, and so they're doing a very sloppy job. They are trying to completely get rid of religious exemptions right now. I'm actually just going to pull it up. I am on regulations.gov. Here's the site I'm on. I hate having to do this because my phone... One second. Okay. You guys know I'm having phone issues, right? And I can't give up this phone, not just because I don't want to have to pay for a brand new phone, but I can't give up this phone because I have about 13,000 memes that I refuse to, have to part with because my iCloud's not syncing, nothing's working. All technology has just hates me right now. None of it works. Okay, this is what I'm on right now. So we're on regulations.gov, okay? This is regarding the 2019 ACIP meeting that was held today, pretty much the summary of it, what they were going to go over. And you guys are welcome to checking this out. Written comments must be received on or before October 28th, okay? So that is that. Not that any of those written comments matter. And by the way, don't listen to me anymore if I'm like, go get an exempt, or if I'm like, go get, because I don't know, guys, if they're tracking this, if they're just tracking everything. And I don't want you to be like that idiot on Instagram told me to So, let's check this out for a second. They want to already completely remove all religious exemptions. Because why? Well, have you seen Senator Pan? He's just not that healthy looking. None of these shills really are. This guy is supposed to be traveling from state to state right now and convincing politicians and convincing all of these people to just get on board. And he knows how many people hate him at this point in time, loathe this person. So does it make sense for him to do what happened in California 50 times over, 50 different times, hearing after hearing, having to stand there and listen? And that these people, they have their heads down, right? Did you see the video? Did you see the video of Evie's mom? They don't even look at you in the face, but with the amount of people that come in and have to say, my name is such and such. I am with whatever organization and I oppose this bill. With how that happened in California, 3 separate occasions, okay, just in the summer alone. And every single time it got longer and longer and longer. Like, they don't want to go through that. They're going to push to just expedite this shit and get the religious exempts completely out. They've gotten God out of school. Okay, so God is no longer in our schools. Planned Parenthood is allowed to have you guys seen that Minnesota, what the Democrats have done? So Planned Parenthood just created the guidelines for their 4th graders, for their 10-year-old kids, that have to do with teaching them about oral, anal, abortions, masturbation, that pornography is okay and it's actually very normal at 4th grade level. Planned Parenthood helped author this, and it's coming to a school near you. So does everything just kind of, look at me. Does everything seem like it's just kind of happening like really, really fast right now? It's because it is. Okay? That's because it is. And one of these days, these lives are going to be turning into the freaking Blair Witch Project, okay? Because I'm going to be just like packing up everything. I look around every portion of my house and I'm just like, don't need that, don't want that. That's not going to save me in an emergency. That's not even going to freaking matter. No. Like, I mean, I know that it's not just me, okay? And if your husbands are listening, they're probably like, this bitch again. And you're going, yeah, I'm struggling too, because it's attacking us at every front. This is supposed to happen. It's all supposed to happen. The way it's happening is just happening really, really fast. Okay? I'm with you. It's happening really fast, which is why I started off this conversation saying, I don't judge you if you want to have a glass of wine right now. I'm only going to judge you if you want to talk about, like, is a zeolite safe, and drink a glass of wine. That's the only time I'm going to be like, okay? But other than that, I don't care. Where was I? So, look at this. At ACIP, one of the members, I'm going to pull up Gracie's page, okay? Because my girl, Red Pill Revolution, you guys better be following her. She had posted so from the quote from one of the members there, we cannot force vaccinate, but we can force compliance. How are they going to do this? How are they going to force compliance? They're already doing it. Okay? The screenshot that I shared before I jumped on the live, going forward, first of all, the risk of future importations. They want to implement new legislation that removes religious exemptions. That's across the board. Okay? School and childcare audits. Review all medical exemptions. That's like already happening. Track vaccine uptake. Okay, they're going to be tracking, like that's happening. Address vaccine misinformation. Yeah, that's been going on. We've already seen the powers that be, those that are in control of all of our, it's a miracle we can still even like talk together for a second, But all of this to them is misinformation. Stories from parents who have children who have died is misinformation to these dimwits that are running the show. Development of ads and distribution of new targeted materials. We're seeing that happening. I'm going to cut to that. I'm going to that in just a second. How many influencers have you been blocked from this week? And then preparing for the long game. We know what the long game is. You need to be on healthypeople.gov, because I've been on this site for the past 5 years. Some people have been on it for over 10 years, and I don't even know where these people are anymore. I think that they're living in their bunkers somewhere, and they're way ahead of me. They're like, that Talia girl is still talking and warning people about this. She better just start figuring things out, I hope. Here's the thing. I have figured a lot of stuff out, and don't go judging me. There's still a lot of people, though, that need to get it together and need to join up. Healthy People 2020. There are over 200 vaccines in the pipeline. One is for stress. And those bitch, they all have little spots in Antarctica because they're allowed there and you're not. That's where all our resources are. So these people, they want to call it Healthy People. They're calling it Healthy People. Just like they call it Planned Parenthood, you know? Just like they call it Every Student Succeeds. They love to name it things that if you are to be against it or question it, they're going to go, oh, how dare you question an entire plan that is called Healthy People? Like, just by you questioning that makes you not want people to be healthy. And we have this, I don't care. Have you seen it? Have you noticed it? I've kind of snapped just a little bit, and it's okay because I don't care. These influencers are blocking comments and blocking you. And that's awesome. First of all, block those comments. If you're not going to allow anybody to comment anymore, that number one makes your little stupid post look like a freaking ad. Oh, okay, sponsored post and you don't want any criticism on this. You don't want any of that at all. They all sound the same too. They all sound the same and it's so embarrassing. I really don't want to miss out on any precious moments, especially with the holidays around the corner. I don't want to have to miss out on these precious family moments. Like, I can't I've maybe had the flu like once in my life, and it sucked for 4 days, and that was it. And that was it. Many people are looking for excuses to miss out on family moments, by the way, so your upsell is actually not that amazing. But it's so scripted. And you know why it's scripted? Because you saw what Walgreens and what CVS demanded of them, right? Like, oh, maybe share an example like, and this is what all these mom bloggers did. They said, copy, paste. That sounds like a great example. And you know what? Who cares? You have parents that they don't get to have memories of the holidays because their babies are 6 feet under. And they got an autopsy report that was garbage, where somebody told them, we investigated this for months and we just don't know how your baby died after 7 different shots. Okay? Some people, the thing is, you guys, if you get sick, you're going to miss out on stuff anyways. So do I care? I don't care. Let their stuff let them do what they want. You know, they're even reporting people. What are you reporting me for? For saying that the flu vaccine was 10% effective? That's what you're reporting me for? Oh, okay. You know, like, this is what we're dealing with right now. So I don't feel bad. This is not land of the free. And everybody is losing their minds right now because the psychos in charge are doing everything that they've been threatening to do anyways, right? They've been threatening to do all of this stuff. Like, we know what's happening. You guys want to know, I mean, I just feel like I can go off on so many different things here. What do I want to say? How are they going to do this? How are they going to implement this? Okay, well, if they can't force you right now to vaccinate as an adult, look at what they are doing. They are already going after school enrollment. We already know that. So unless your kid is up to date on their poison schedule, your kid can't attend school. And that's coming to every state near you. Terms of employment, there's over 22,000 nurses that are in the coalition of Nurses Against Mandatory Vaccines. Have you seen it? 22,000, and that number is growing, of nurses who refuse to mask up, okay? Have you guys seen this article here? Look up, there's a great post on this. It's on wisemindhealthbody.com. Check this out. that if you are in disbelief, or if your cousin's a nurse or your brother or whoever is in the medical industry, there's a lot of nurses that they're calling it Show Me Your Mask Month. Hashtag Show Me Your Mask Month. Of course, that's probably blocked. There's so many of them that will not get vaccinated. Okay? They refuse. And these are brave people. And if you see these people in the hospital, you need to thank them. And then you need to skirt tail out of the hospital, because the hospital is one of the worst places that you could be. MRSA is roaming those hospital floors. Okay, so that's wisemindhealthybody.com. Be sure to check that out. They're getting fired for refusing vaccines. So employment, many people who are already working and around children are being pressured and forced to poison themselves. How else are they going to do this? Well, it's going to get worse. You got Real ID coming up, right? So they're going to go after driver's licenses, passports. They're going to make it almost impossible to travel. Voter IDs as well. And I get that some of you are like, if you're woke and you understand that voting doesn't even honestly matter, because it's like it's just the puppets in charge of the show and all those people. Okay. Think about who does vote. And what they vote for, and think about that for like 2 seconds. If you're not allowed to go to the polls at all, I'm conflicted on that one, because I'm now leaning more towards voting is garbage anyways. It doesn't even matter. But with the swarms of undocumented coming in, and the agenda that's being pushed all over schools, all over colleges, like how much easier it is for them to just go ahead and pass all of this crap. And it's going to happen like that, So, so they're going after everything. What do we do? What do we do? Besides, you can have your mini little meltdowns if you need to. But we need to be ready and gearing up to fight this beast. This is why I don't care that you need to call out these large accounts. Okay, these large accounts that are they're called influencers for a reason. They're influencing a lot of people. Walgreens is not paying the kid that has 200 followers, okay? They're paying the moms that have tens of thousands of people that look up to them for things like recipe ideas, clothing. And when you got a mom on there that's full of crap, okay, that is like, oh, we went and took, you know what I mean? Like, don't feel bad. Look around you at what's happening. You got to call these people out, because the most that you can do is get their comment section turned off. That's less information that they get to go and spread, and it sends a message. It really sends a message, because these campaigns are embarrassing. It's embarrassing to take that kind of money when you're gaslighting parents. Okay, it's embarrassing to take that kind of money. The passport thing, it's happening, and so it's like, what are we gonna do? I'm just keeping this smile on my face right now. You see me all around town? Do you see me just everywhere I go? There's no place I go where I don't leave something. I don't care if the next person that sees that Post-it is going to take it, rip it, and throw it in the trash. There just might be somebody that picks it up and it resonates with, and they actually go home and they actually look at it. I love learntherisk.org. You can get a stack of 50 Post-its for $2.99. $2.99, you can get 50 Post-its. You could be dropping and planting seeds all day long. I don't get paid to tell you that. I don't even get sponsored by them. Nothing. I don't get anything but from them. Whenever I tell people, tell Brandy that Talia sent you, I just know that it gives Brandy like a smile on her face. Okay? Like, she just likes hearing that. And she's a force, so I just, when I say tell Brandy, Talia, it's not for a discount. It's not because I get anything for free. Just go force and silent advocate. If you can't talk to people, you need to be getting that message out there to people, okay? You got to be waking up men around you. If there's men, when are you going to start caring? When are you going to start caring? Because they're coming after your guns. They're already coming after your children's minds in school. So what's it going to take? Just what's it going to take? When people ask me, well, what are you going to do? What would you do? My answer is unchanging. Never comply to poisoning yourself and your children. You know what it's going to take? And this is going to sound terrifying to listen to. It's going to take a live stream of a baby being ripped from the arms of its mother and being forced a medical procedure that comes with risks in front of the masses. I don't quite want to be that martyr. I know you're sitting back and you don't want to be that martyr, but that's what it's going to take to ignite this nation. And I'm just sitting back waiting to see who that's going to be, what's going to happen. Because it's already happening in terms of medical kidnapping. There's going to be some kind of live stream recording in the future that they're not going to be able to block, where people are going to witness this shit. And everybody's going to have screen recorded that, and you know that that's what it's coming to. That's what it's coming to. And when I said yesterday that you need to start recording and documenting your babies and how they're progressing just fine now, because that's the only difference that you're going to have, and the proof that you're going to have that your baby was completely normal and progressing fine, and then after they were poisoned, they regressed. When I said to start documenting your kids, I meant it. That is what it's going to take. And people don't like hearing that because it's a scary thought. But it's around the corner. Get freaking ready. It's going to take them doing, and you know what? I'm just here going, it better not be in a house where the parents are armed, because you break into my house, and I understand Castle laws. Have you looked up Castle laws in your state? That it doesn't matter who comes into your house. If you feel like you're under duress or under some kind of threat, or they're coming in there to hurt you and your family, that you're allowed to ... And maybe that's the most I could say on this live. Maybe start looking those up. But that's what it's going to take. Oh, you don't have a security system, things that are in place to like monitor this stuff. Do I sound crazy to you? How about everything that people like me have been warning about is happening? It's coming to fruition. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take the nation seeing a perfectly healthy child suddenly on the spectrum, suddenly not making eye contact. And it's going to be live for everyone to see. For people to wake the fuck up. So, who's it going to be? Who's going to do it? Who's going to volunteer as tribute? Right? That's happening. Maybe they're not physically holding you down right now. Right now, you're not being physically held down. But whether it's by physical force, going after your finances, housing, taking away your rights, all of it is being done without the voluntary human consent. So if you're like, cool, well, we're going to just try to be financially free. We don't want to be hooked to any of this stuff. I mean, because honestly, at this point, good luck in the future getting approved for things you want. They're going after, and they're working with insurance companies. You realize that, right? If you're already on government-assisted insurance and you decline the poison schedule, they can take your insurance away. All of your medical care and needs, which we've seen their medical needs. It's garbage. But since those same people that are on government assistance are also on government food, they're being poisoned, they're going to need some kind of health care. It's so incredibly effed, right? This is why, if you don't have your things together, what are you doing wasting your time, your precious time, trying to convince people who still believe that that poison is going to make them healthier. What are you doing? It's a waste of your time. I got people in my inbox. I have to go to my pediatrician's appointment and I just know they're going to try to make me sign that paper. Irk! You don't have to go to anything. And they're like, what? Where is the law that says that you need to take your happy, healthy baby to an appointment and you'll get in trouble if you don't? And they just have to sit back and be like, huh? Why are you even patronizing a place that is giving you a document like that to sign to begin with? That document that they want you to sign that says that you're going to refuse, blah, 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 blah. That document is proof enough that that particular business makes money by keeping children on the poison schedule. Why are you even giving them a dime? And you're up in my inbox like, what do I say? Do I sign it? Do I refuse? How about don't go? But if I don't go, I'm not going to know how much they weigh. I'm not going to know how tall they are. What? What? It's called Baby Tracker. Download it. You can weigh and measure your own freaking kid at home. They don't want to hear that. No, I don't want to hear that because I'm so far gone and indoctrinated that I need somebody who graduated from pharma medical school to tell me that I'm doing an okay job as a parent. Oh, you need that? Well, then you're barking up the wrong tree here. Don't go. Tell ya, I got a call from like the CDC. Somebody's calling me and they're calling me saying that I haven't brought my kid in and I haven't had. What happened to screening your phone calls? Who's picking up the phone? Really? I can't even tell you what my freaking voicemails look like right now. I maybe had 50 voicemails from Kaiser. I wish they were from the Kaiser woman though. That one with that really nice like Kaiser Permanente. I wish she was the one calling me. I'd feel better about that. I have like missed calls from everyone. I don't care. You know how often AT&T recycles phone numbers and any of these, Sprint, any of these places? They recycle numbers like that, okay? You give up your line today, you switch over to another line, some idiot has your line tomorrow. And I've had this number and I get, you know what AT&T gave me when I moved to Nevada and I got a new line for my new job? They gave me the number of some chick named Ella, okay? Who's in all kinds of debt, who's dated like 18 different drug dealers in Las Vegas because my voicemail is like, hey, yo, Ella. Hey, yo, Ella, girl, I got... Like, all of this stuff. I got all kinds of voicemails for some chick named Ella Johnson. I said, Ella Johnson, girl, you got into so much trouble, okay? Like, I don't pick up. Who's picking up their phones to random people calling them? And if you do, yeah, hey, wrong number. Oh, okay. What are we doing here? You're afraid because you made an appointment at the pediatrician's and you're not going to go and oh my God, what? You're afraid because somebody called you and left you a voicemail that sounded really scary? Like, now I got the only good news with this Ella thing is that all of these drug dealers were pestering me. This girl. The good news is that I got invited into this church group text by her great grand aunt who lives in Alabama. So one day I was frustrated after weeks of getting all of these missed calls and all of these nasty text messages from pissed off drug dealers. Like, I hate AT&T. I hate AT&T. Next thing I know, I'm added to some group text and I'm going, dang it. This was seriously like, I was ready to just throw the phone. And then I read the group text and it's like all of these verses and it's all biblical. And it was like, what is this? So then one of the texts resonated with me that night. I remembered sitting and I was having a really bad day, and I read it and I was like, wow, this was amazing. Thank you. And she's like, hey, Ella, you haven't gotten back to anybody. And I was like, hey, you're probably going to kick me off this text. I totally understand. I just want you to know this isn't Ella. I have somebody else's number. And I mean, AT&T gave me this number. I don't know where Ella, I don't know who she is. And then the woman called me from Alabama. Called me, old Southern lady, just said, oh my gosh, honey, like, do you want to stay in our group? Like, do you want me to pray for you? And I was like, yes. And it was 9:00 my time, which means it was probably like midnight her time. And she just like prayed for me and prayed for Ella. And I was like, cool. And I've been a part of, I don't even know who Ella is, but I'm in a group chat with her great grandaunt. I spiraled right now. That was like, yes, Holy Spirit text sister. Yes. I was like, it's okay. This is meant to be. I'll put up with all of this other garbage. But yeah, every day I get, and it's like, that it's all those old Southern women too. It's like that corny, it's like a little corny meme that like somebody didn't even screenshot properly. It's like blurred words and then like a nice little daily, my daily bread. Okay. And that's my thing right now. But I'm looking up Ella Johnson, okay? Ella Johnson in Vegas somewhere. Girl, you got problems. And so do you have one of those phones? Do you have one of those lines? We're not screening our phone calls anymore. I'm walking in the spider web. Leave a message and I'll call you back. Screen that shit. Don't pick up. Don't go to the stupid appointment. I know it blows people's minds sometimes. It really does. What? I'm an adult? I have a say. I could literally give you 1,000 excuses as to why you didn't need to go to your appointment. Oh, yeah, I had explosive diarrhea all last week. I wasn't able to make it. Oh, yeah, we only have one car right now. And, it's just like to pack the baby and to like have to go to like, what does that sound like to you? Does that sound like lying? Evil does not deserve the truth. I thought we've had this conversation before. If you are new here, I have a IGTV. It says evil does not deserve the truth. You should probably watch that because they freaking don't. Okay? So you're afraid to lie to a bunch of lying liars? Is that what's happening? You don't want to lie to people who lie to you all day long? I don't know how to relate to you. I don't know how to... Yeah. Do you know? So these people, I don't even know how I'm going to do dinner tonight with this family later. I mean, we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through because I was able to vent and it's great. You've got to fight fire with fire sometimes. Oh, I thought we were speaking in lie today. Like you were lying to me. You tell me there's no contraindications when there's like all these contraindications. You told me that like this was safe and it's never been tested for safety. So I just thought I thought we were doing this lie thing. My goodness. Some people. And then, are you or are you not, once again, the son or the daughter of a king, a real king? Are you or are you not? So what are you doing shaking in your boots right now? What are you doing? Are you in prayer with your family? Are you getting your things in order? Because that does bring massive relief. You realize that. Everything needs to happen the way it's happening because people do need to wake up. Okay? People need to wake up and see what's going on. So, you're going to be okay. You're awake already, aren't you? You can already see things for what they are. Yeah? You're tribing up. You're taking things day by day. You're living. You're putting his trust in you. You know, I've had people who are like, well, what is your take? Why did you dedicate your kids? You know why Christians dedicate our children? You know why we do that? Not to invite a bunch of people over and to go and have like dim sum afterwards. It's because, which I love dim sum, okay? But it's because we were blessed with this gift of a child. And when you dedicate your child back, you're not saying you're going to be the perfect parent. You're not saying that you're going to, you know, you're not making any guarantees here because we're human beings and we're going to mess up. You are saying, thank you for this blessing and this gift. I have now all this burden and weight on my shoulders as a parent. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to gift this child back to you so that you have control, and I'm going to do the best that I can with my ability to raise up this kid. I'm going to do the best in this very crippled, dark, evil world that you still have control over because it's your will and not my will. So in me and my husband giving this baby back to you, it lets us know that this baby's life has a purpose. And until that purpose is fulfilled, they are going to be here on earth with me. Every parent obviously would want to leave before their kid leaves, right? We get that, and not many people are that lucky. But that burden and that stress and that weight that is lifted off my shoulders, that's lifted off my husband's shoulders, because we know that until Amelia, Sebastian, and Enzo have fulfilled their purpose on earth, they're here. And they're not going to be taken away until their job is done. Do you understand how that works? That is why dedication for us is so important. For us. You might do things differently, and there's no judgment there. But if you've already dedicated your child back, what are you so incredibly afraid of? You know that these kids, these woke kids that are not poisoned, do you know how much purpose they have? Do you know that these kids are, I mean, we've discussed this before. They're these like walking, breathing, talking old souls all around us, right? Like they're going to wake more people up. They have a purpose, all right? You're supposed to sometimes not be the rocket ship. You're supposed to just be the launching pad often in life. And that's okay. So we wake up as many as we can. You're not Neo. Maybe you're that dude that sent Neo the message in the computer that like woke him up to the fact that like we're in this crazy matrix. So find the Neos if you don't want to be Neo. It's okay. We don't all have to be that person, right? And our kids have purpose. So I don't know how like, because here's where I'm going to end this. I don't know if Lyra's still on. But in the spring, you guys, like, we got bigger problems, okay? Wait, the lights are all up. Do you want to put the light on? No. He's like, what? We're, like, walking around here in the dark. Ooh. Wait. Maybe not that one. This one's, like, crazy orange. Not that. Okay, that's better. Guys, look at this. Back in, like, the spring, when I maybe had, like, 30 people watching, Lyra, are you on? I was having this talk, and I think Monica was on here, and we were like, dude. So we were talking about all these birds that are just dropping from the sky, right? Because of all this 5G, Gwen. If you haven't even looked at these YouTube videos, I know it's like it's Friday, and I'm going to be like, bye, peacing out for 2 days. I'm going to just drop you with this. Because I know the dinosaur thing was bad enough, but when there's videos of the Netherlands, okay, that keep getting pulled from YouTube of these birds, because that's what they were doing a lot of the 5G. They were putting up a lot of these Gwen towers. These birds were literally just dropping dead from the sky. Like, people were videoing this with their phones, okay, birds just all over the ground. The videos would be deleted, and then people would, like, re-upload the videos. So I'm hoping that some are still up there. But I'm doing this live, and some people are, like, dropping some truth bombs on me and going like, you know that a lot of birds aren't even real, right? And I was like, what? And then Lyra sent me this amazing website last night. It's called birdsaren'treal.com. So here's the thing. I feel like some birds are totally real. I don't want to share this and then a bunch of people just start killing birds to just check. Don't do that. But you got to consider a lot of stuff here with these birds, right? First of all, they're freaking weird, man. Have you like stared at a bird and seen like their eyes? Their eyes don't even move normal. And then you got pigeons. You never see baby pigeons, right? And you see these birds sometimes just like trotting along and they have like one leg and you're going, bro, what happened to and like they don't care. And then some birds talk and it's kind of weird. And it's very like robotic. And anyway, the whole point of this thing with the birds aren't real is that it's an entire operation. I mean, it's an interesting website, honestly. Okay. I was just like, no, I can't. Lyra like messed me up again last night because over the spring I was starting to look into it and then I just got my daughter has a bird. Okay. But like these animals can survive when you're feeding them. Like, what do you take to the bird park when you go to like feed the birds? You're not taking them some gourmet, you're taking them that 9,000-day-old stale bread that's in your cabinet and they survive off that shit. Okay. Like, what do we know about weddings? Oh, we can't throw rice because if birds mix rice with water, they explode. What else about birds? Like, birds are really effed up animals, if you think about it. She's like, God made the birds. I didn't say all birds were fake. I said they're using birds to surveillance all this I know I sound crazy. I don't even care anymore. The bird thing is not as crazy to me as the forced vaccine thing, honestly. It is a crazy website. Guys, there's an entire movement. There's a movement. I'm just going to show it to you people, okay? Because it's Friday. Okay, because look, it's Friday here. So it's called birdsaren'treal.com. Forget the merchandise, okay? It's a legit website. But here, let's look up, okay, who are we? Who are you guys? All right? These people, hold on. This goes over all of it. There's entire coalitions. So I was like, no, this can't be. Then there's history on this stuff. Oh my gosh, warning, disturbing content. I was like, I am sold. I'm sold. I am here for it. I am here for it. Give me that. The only way to properly explain is with words. Chapter 1, why? You guys, somebody's life work is on here. In 1947, the CIA was founded, and its responsibility was to watch and survey tens of thousands of Americans suspected of doing communist things. Guys, I was on this like all night last night. There are eyes in the sky. And you know that they're doing this already with drones, right? You know they're doing this with drones. You guys, I'm leaving. I know you're trying to have I don't know if you're trying to have a romantic Friday night right now with your spouse, but you know what? This can be romantic if you let it. This can be really romantic if you let it. Because have you ever had that kind of like lovemaking where you thought the world was going to end? I'm kidding. Because you know I'm all about just a bunch of woke babies, right? We just need woke babies everywhere. Have you ever had that kind where like, we might not make it? That's like the best kind. It is rabbit holes and chill. Don't have a panic attack. It's okay. But right now, I know everybody is sending me dinosaur, right? But like, I know the next couple weeks here is going to just be birds. And watch these birds. Watch these birds, man. They have that extra sense, but like the real birds are already like interesting enough. But the fake birds, I'm really all day today, Lyra, because you brought it back into my life. It was hard. I was out. I only had like 2 places to go to and any bird. Like I parked at 2 different places today. Okay. Got out of my car and just like a bird was right there. And I was like, ugh. You know, like I'm going to be this crazy lady going around Las Vegas just like offing birds. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go and just kill a bunch of birds, but like they are kind of everywhere, aren't they? And like unwarranted. I'm like, I don't need you here. What are you doing here? And you know, it's weird. I know we're all in the... Now suddenly your minds aren't even on ACIP anymore, right? Look at this. What a great night we're having together, right? Before having dinner. You know, like, your minds aren't even on the fact that, like, they're trying to remove all of these religious exemptions. Because does it even matter when they've got, like, pigeons walking around town? They're just, like, surveillancing your ass? Try it. Try bringing them something in your pantry that if you ate, you'd probably fall over dead. And watch that bird survive and just like eat it like it's nothing and just fly away. Watch it. This is really, you know what? Whoever wrote this, I mean, I'm saying this website, it's a compilation, guys. It's a compilation that ends with a movement. You know, it ends with like, this is a big group of people. And I'm keeping my eye on it because if they start censoring this movement, you know it's legit. Because anything that gets censored has merit. How do the birds not fly out of the United States to Mexico and Canada? Great question. While the majority of the birds are programmed to not cross over into these countries, there are some that still venture into these countries for a few reasons. Picking up drugs, which is cocaine, marijuana, and etc., for eventual delivery into the lower class segments of our major cities. The government is going to do anything they can to maintain control over its citizens, even getting them hooked on drugs. That's true. That part is true, okay? They introduced the problem by giving it to all of the lower income people, and next thing you know, they're like, we got to jail all these people because they're abusing what we put into their neighborhoods. That stuff's true. There's a place to join the mailing list. I'm just gonna join the mailing list. So I'm not saying that this is, you know, but I'm gonna join the mailing list. I read inserts at gmail.com. Subscribe. I just subscribed. I mean, we know what they're doing with technology, right? You guys, I've shown you the cameras that they already have all over Asia that taken from bird's eye view. Now that I think about it, because I was like, who took this picture? Who even took this photo? And it's like taken from miles in the sky, and you could see the people all over the town. It's crazy. And they already have that in Asia. And that was like, you know, when they introduced the technology to you, that means that technology has been around already for a while. If they're showing it to you now, that means it's already been around for a while. So you're going, what else do they have? This is an interesting write-up. I know I got everybody right now. I know. Guys, I'm on it with you, okay? I know, this is weird. But, you know, for credit, I was called all the things a decade ago when I was telling people that they're going to go after adults, that pretty soon you're not going to be able to, you know, and I was called all of those things anyway. So it's okay. Honestly, I'm okay with being wrong about the bird thing. I don't think I am, though. You think that they're not trying to put cameras in the sky? Why wouldn't they? The question actually isn't why, it's why not? You know? If I embarked on the depopulation agenda, it's kind of like, sure, why not? Why not? life's gonna get interesting pretty soon here, because now with all of this stuff happening, I'm gonna be looking up. Curtains are closed. I know. We're gonna be the opposite of Cinderella, right? You're not waking up like, ha 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 ha. You're like, if the bird comes into your room as you wake up, that is not a singing moment at all. No. And my daughter has a bird. She has a bird. And I definitely, in the last, like, since the spring, have been just like turning that cage, and he's really not around me that often. Or if I have a live, you guys, I put him in like the opposite side of the house. Like, I don't want him to hear any of this, as if it's not being saved. I know. This can't be my life. But it is. Oh well. Look at this. Isn't this great? I feel like we got a lot done here. And I feel better, honestly. I feel like I can go and do a dinner with pro-vaxxers tonight and just be fine and not think about all this stuff, Innocent birds will get mean bird jesters. Lyra, I just know it. I know it, But then what do we do? Do we act like we know that they're watching us? Because then won't that make it really obvious if they're like, dude, wait, this person's flipping off birds all over. Like, are you giving the bird to the bird? She's flipping off birds all over town. And we know. Angry birds. Okay. I don't have to log off. I'm going to have to log off for the night. I guess we'll chat soon. We'll chat Monday. So, hey, honey, what did she say tonight did she catch you up on what's going on with ACIP? And you're just going to be like, so, fucking birds, man. Birds aren't even... And then you got to think, yeah, I know. Now I'm like, have they always been giving us the warnings on the birds? Or have there been movies warning us about this kind of thing? And that they're like, some of them are evil. Have there been movies? Bird Box. The birds. All those things were kind of signs. Just like Stanley Kubrick's movie, was a sign. Everything in that movie, The Shining, and that's why they killed him. Did you know that? Have you gone down that rabbit hole? You guys followed that one? He gave all of these signs about faking the moon landing in that movie. They're all over the place. From like the number on the kid's sweater, from like the key in the hotel room, and then like he helped stage that moon landing, and he felt guilty over it, and they got him. But all of his little clues were up in that movie. So we know that Hollywood likes to do this kind of stuff. Have I spoken about that stuff yet, or did I just... Anyway. So, right? Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go get to dinner and just try to have a decent weekend, but start to get my stuff in order and figure out, like, do we travel now? Should I just do a bunch of traveling now with my family because, and then document it so that I could prove to them that we did do the traveling stuff, because we might, not be able to for like the rest of our life. We're okay. Look, you still got him in charge, right? You just need to, okay? Pray, all that stuff, We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay, I really gotta go though. Bye, guys.